What's good, YouTube? And welcome to reactionary buyouts to YCS results. When aren't there? But it's different when Dinkabooey does it with a rogue deck. And Fire King Courtier has shot up double in price. It was all the way down towards 10 and has gone right back up towards $20. And the quarter century secret rare is even crazier. It was chilling around 25 and now has sales above 60 and many right around there as it went completely off of the map compared to where it used to be. Now, I will say I expect similar results to when Dinkabooey did it with Prank Kids versus Thunder Dragon. Some will end up topping after the passion will be there, but I don't think others will be replicating his results. And knowing a deck like the back of your hand and being a master of the game gives a lot different result than taking this to go 2 and 3 at locals. But if you're down to put in the time, really learn, I do think this can be a deck for you, but I wouldn't be spending the newer prices. And a lot of people were quoting how budget it was outside of Staples, and then Staples are getting reprinted in Stampede around the corner, which a ton of reveals happened at the YCS for that too. But what year is it? Also, Mermail's topping once again, getting results and people going for those quarter century secret rare Nept Abysses. This one has certainly gone up. Remember all the crazy Mermail buyouts happening? People are feeling like there's more proof in the pudding at this point, and they are buying back in. Now, there is also the Platinum Secret, which isn't necessarily going as fast if you just want a mid-max version. And it is nice that this was in the core set for Bonanza rather than the Nostalgia pools. So you have tons of different options to get this iconic card and different price ranges for nice looks. Speaking of, Chaos Hunter was also on that big stage doing it, and the quarter century secret rare is back on buyout mode. We've talked about this a lot over the last 3 months, and you can see here it was up before, it came back down, got slept on, and is now back to a low of $22 for that quarter century secret rare. And you can see all the buyouts at 12 to 15, and now one person has gone at 25. We'll wait to see where that settles at, but the reactionary buyouts to a lot of what happened at the YCS are interesting. Now, this one's not necessarily a knee-jerk reaction, and there was a remote duel YCS as well, where I think it's Ryzeal Mitsurugi did end up winning, but this is more about, hey, mid-max options keep going. We talked about a Mallows Collector Rare on the last Market Watch. This has been slowly sneaking up, but all of a sudden, up towards $50 for the Collector Rare Ryzeal Detonator. This is wild to me to actually see, and we see that, yeah, sales at 35, even up towards 50 and 45. People are eating up mid-max right now instead of just pure max rarities. Metaltronus we covered before going up. I just wanted to point out it's going up even further. We covered it at 6. It is now towards $8 to $9 for Malice. And then we also have Crimson Dragon here, and it's gone up. I covered it at 25 not too long ago. I think 2 market watches ago, actually, or 3, and now it is towards $30 here, lowest, continuing to go up, and the sneak peek promo at 30 freaking 5. I'd rather have the secret rare personally, but I do get people get really attached to these sneak peek promos. And the quarter century secret rare above 200. Now, some of those reprints for the Edison players, we have the Phoenix Cluster Amaryllis. This was a way too expensive card just for not having a reprint, and it is confirmed for the set. You can already see it coming down slightly towards 50 from 60, but yeah, nice to see a confirmed reprint for past format players. And then Max C is confirmed, and a lot of people are going, just past formats, right? Not main format. We're not going to combine with Master Rule. They just limited it to 2 over Master. Please, no. Well, it is getting a reprint. It'll be interesting to see where that goes. Also, I think they just showed off alter arts for Effect Veiler, Nibiru. I think that might be the OCG set, though. I'm not sure. So many different reveals happened for quarter century secret rares over the last 24 hours. I saw Skull Servant and Buster Blader, which was awesome, and a lot more relevant reprints than just my boomer ones like Max C here. Now, I will point out that this just got a secret rare in Speed Duels, and it feels like a lot of different secret rares from Speed Duels got ported in the last one. So headed towards Stampede, I feel like, yeah, we'll repeat Bonanza and see just tons of those targeted, like maybe Tribe infecting virus. But the ones that do get missed could end up going up a good amount. Now, speaking of one that is a candidate, 6 cents continues to go up right now for past formats. A lot of people thinking it'll be missed. We never got a holo. Well, there's one at around $10 from Troll before it goes towards 12 and then just up crazily from there. But people have been leaning on this card right in time for a reprint set that could very potentially have it for once. Dark Fusion, speaking of those evil heroes that we were covering, this has continued to stonk, and I'm kind of shocked by it. Every holo version has become money, and the ultra rare is just pushing up, as is the secret rare out of Speed Duels, and this is one I'd certainly like to see happen in Stampede, but we'll have to wait and see. You're heavily speculating when you are hoping for reprints, but I also like to get out of the way of them and go back in on whatever I end up missing, but then you're in the rat race, then you're having to scramble versus other people and keep a list and that sort of thing. But sometimes this is hype right now that could cool down on its own versus just missing. It really depends how it gets spotlighted, what people are paying attention to it, and what people actually want it for their collection versus the quantities. And the quantities for holos of these are very low right now, but it's such an icon I could see it being in there. It's a huge set list. Now, Black Brute Drago is one we missed for Edison that went up a lot after Power Tool. Good stuff. And look at this. Oh my goodness, the only one on market is 69, not so nice, and tons of buyouts on this again at the $30 mark. I remember when this went from under double digits up into the 30s. Crazy to see it take that next level, and it's been relevant long enough it could be on Konami's radar for reprint, but I feel like it would be back of their list. We'll have to wait and see. And finally, my Discord found this very interesting, and I do too. The Trap Trick structure deck is chock full of awesome staples, but not really worth its sealed value going up like it is. The individuals have been bought out towards 18, and if you divide by 8 over here at 115, I think that's around 14 some odd a piece. So these have been going up a good deal versus retail without anything necessarily individually pushing it. Like, yes, nice staples, but people can now buy the game, although that is, you know, more expensive than just going out and buying a Harpy's Feather Duster for those quarter-century secret rare Harpy's Feather Dusters. And then you have Regeki. It's been reprinted into the ground before, so why go for a common? Ash Blossom, Artifact Sanctum, and Hat stuff is in here too. So you have past format stuff that mixes into modern and good staples. I can see why it's slowly crept up, but it is starting to exceed versus value, and yeah, it's just really pushing. I don't necessarily find it as collectible as others might, but again, structure decks going up are always something to watch and kind of a pulse on, will Konami think about making more and more of these? The Blue Eyes one's going to blow it out of the water. So I do think after the success of that, they will play with RNG and structure decks even more, and hopefully we'll see really great construction on a mix of staples with something that can hit into rogue slash meta, because this did that and Blue Eyes is going to do that, and I would like to see Konami continue to cook that direction. Let me know what you think about the YCS absolutely wrecking the market. It's great to see Rogue do it in that kind of setting, let alone versus somebody who already did it before. It's a nice thing to actually see.